Hey guys, so we're running a little experiment over here with the audiovisual. This particular case, I'm sorry, my dog was moving around seeing what he wanted. What we're doing is we're trying to cord cut as best we can. So I've been skeptical. I won't say skeptical. The numbers have borne it out that even though, yes, if you're not an avid television watcher, cord cutting can be a big thing. You can stream most of your services, cool. The problem is now, most of the organizations have realized that they can form their own consortium and sell you their content from their library and make you pay for it, as opposed to you paying one price to someone like a Comcast or an AT&T who pays them for their ability for them to broadcast the content. So, so as we continue to democratize, the burden is on you now to pay for those services. But the more collective services with the more content, the more it actually winds up that you're not saving that much, and you're having to kind of piecemeal between this app and that type of thing. So anyway, so recently there have been several services that started offering live television, such as Hulu and Sling, and of course YouTube television. Now, I'm already a YouTube premium subscriber. I've seen the ads, and I decided to do some research, and I started looking at some of the comments from a lot of the commentary, the critiques, and they were all positive. I said, okay, has streaming matured to a point where we can actually replace the cable television companies? So I started talking to family, and my son was like, sure, I think we're at that place now. Again, he's a different generation. Sorry, the television just came on. But in any case, he thought, yeah, it's probably there. My wife, she's all about it. She watches television, but she watches either with me or selective television channels, so it's not as big a deal to her. TV's my thing. TV is what put me to bed at night, strangely enough. As a kid growing up, I watched a lot of television. It was the easiest way to punish me, was to take away the television. So that's kind of my thing. Some people will come home to get a glass of wine. I don't drink. I'll sit down and lose myself in whatever content's on the television. So that's what I do. You couple that with the fact that I've been a Comcast or Xfinity customer, wow, since 1996, when we first moved out into our own apartment, my woman and I, and we've been this way for a long time. So it's one of those things where, you have to make a compelling argument for me to move versus something that, that seems to work. So we look at gas prices, for example. We look at inflation, the grocery bill. Things are going up because of the supply chain problems that were caused by the COVID virus. I get all of that. So as I'm looking around, again, it's that Venn diagram of whether or actually more of a plot diagram of whether streaming services that offer live television have reached a point where the value that they offer and the amenities that they offer will allow you to benefit from switching to them, as opposed to suffering from what you're missing. And I think we've reached that happy medium where they've matured enough where they actually have enough content that you don't miss much. And from what I saw from looking through the different services, particularly with YouTube television, they had most of the stuff that I watch as part of the basic package. Now, I don't like that I had to use another $20 a month to do 4K. So when you do YouTube television, you have the YouTube television basic package, $69.99. That's with no add-ons. It's just a lot of channels. I think it's like 70 something channels, plenty of channels. I have like 135, 200 channels now, and I don't watch all that stuff. But going back to it, we have Then you have all the packages. So you can buy an entertainment package, which was HBO, Stars, and Showtime for an additional fee. There's also the package with sports, which got the NFL Network, the NBA Network, and the NBA TV and Major League Baseball television, MLB TV. So those are some of the things that we're looking at is trying to build a package out that's comparable, right, to what I have now. Not a big sacrifice, so we're working through it. So we went ahead, we built the package. So you're talking $65 a month. You have the add-ons. You have to pay for the 4K. This is additional. That was $20 a month additional. So you went from $65 a month to what, $85 a month just with the 4K package. Now, one benefit of the 4K package is that it has the not only does it have 4K, which again seems like a little bit of a ripoff, but it has additional simultaneous streaming. So the basic package, you only get 3 streams. At that point, I almost went and said this isn't going to work for me. But which means that you can only watch 3 devices simultaneously streaming through YouTube television at a time. Basic. If you buy the 4K package, you have unlimited streams that you can do, which was a benefit of paying that extra $20. But I haven't seen how that's going to transverse throughout the house, because one other benefit is that with YouTube television, presumably I can watch this anywhere, whereas with Comcast, which has a streaming content app, you can only watch certain things at your house. Other things you can watch outside of the house. It's kind of a mishmash. So if I'm traveling and my Jags are playing, I can't watch the local channel to watch that. Speaking of which, that was one of the other reasons why I chose YouTube television, because not only do they have live television, they have local channels. As soon as I put in my zip code, they told me what local channels, they popped up, and I was like, okay, this will work for me. So, and by local channels, that's your normal network channels, such as NBC, CBS, but it also had the independents in my area, such as in my area, I'm Jacksonville, Channel 4. So that was kind of big deal, and I said, okay, let's go ahead and sign up. We signed up for the live this weekend. We've been using it kind of cold turkey. I haven't turned off my Comcast yet, but it's a lot easier for me to just leave it, and if I don't like the YouTube TV, cancel it before the trial is over, as opposed to canceling Comcast now and then trying to turn it back on. I just don't want to do all that, turn in all the equipment and all that. Let's just see if we like it for a month is what the trial is, and then once we do that, it's going to be it'll be permanent, and we'll go either choose this or we'll go back to Comcast, Xfinity. So again, the special is the trial, and then it's $54.99 a month for 3 months, I believe, and then it turns into the $65 buck a month for the basic plus whatever amenities are there. There's also an entertainment package. I believe he has HBO Max, Showtime, and Stars. Cinemax is separate, but it allows you to use the complimentary app also. So I'm able to sign in through my YouTube television login to my HBO Max and use that, which was something I was now that came with this package I don't have to pay for additionally or separately, because I was enjoying HBO Max and Peacock through my cable provider. Now it's pretty much the same, just paying a little bit additional to be able to do that. One other savings that I'll mention is that if you look at your cable bill, there are, or at least here, there are 2 fees in the cable bill. One of them is the local content, basically. So those local channels that you have, you pay about $25 to $30 a month, $35 a month extra to view those local channels through your cable, as opposed to with YouTube television. From what I saw, it's included in that $65. That's huge. There's also the regional sports package, and if you have like FS1 or Florida Sports Network here in Florida, those cost an extra $10 to $15 a month. So between those two, that's an extra $50 a month that you're paying for local content and for your regional sports. So all in all, based on my cable television bill, I'm going to potentially save over $100 a month, probably up to about $125 a month. So if this works out, we'll see.